What causes new innovations to succeed or fail? Today we're going to look at two examples of innovations within their respective domains and highlight what has allowed one to succeed while the other has failed. Beginning with the success story, we are going to look at financial or economic board games. Though there have been many such games over the years, none is more popular than the game that originally led the genre to rise to the popularity it now enjoys: Monopoly. To be clear, Monopoly is not the first game of this type, but it was the first game to enjoy widespread popularity. As of September 2014, more than 275 million copies of the game have been sold in 43 different languages across 111 nations. So what three factors have led to its lasting success? The first factor is that it is easy to pick up and play. Within the first 15 to 20 minutes, most people will have a solid grasp of the rules. It doesn't require 45 minutes of flipping through an instruction booklet to get the game started. The second factor is that it relates to real-world situations and presents a motive that is easily grasped by most players. Kids enjoy the opportunity to handle money as they see their parents do, and adults can become enthralled in the fantasy of owning properties and making investments that have no risk. The third factor that has allowed Monopoly to remain popular over such a long period of time is innovations the game has made to connect with modern money transfers and pop culture. Versions of Monopoly can be found with electric bank cards, properties local to your area, and even properties and characters located in the mythical world of Mordor. All of these new ideas have allowed Monopoly to stay on top for generation after generation. Monopoly is a clear example of a product and innovation that has managed to stand the test of time and definitely was able to rise to popularity. Now we're going to move on to a product that was less popular and less successful. A good example of this failed innovation was the Microsoft Zoom. This product, though generally considered to be as good or better than its competitor, the Apple iPod, never really got off the starting blocks. There's a few reasons for this. We're going to go through three of them today. The first reason for this, and perhaps the largest, is the timing of the product. The iPod was already enjoying popularity when the Zune came onto the scene in 2006. With the iPod performing well, few people were actively searching for an alternative, which made it difficult for Zune to gain access to the market. A second reason for the failure was poor connection to existing infrastructure. At the time the Zune came out, most people had large amounts of music on iTunes. Though the Zune was compatible with iTunes music that was burnt from CDs, any music purchased on the iTunes store was not compatible with the product. This meant that anyone with a large library of music purchased off iTunes essentially had to use the Apple iPod in order to utilize their music. A third reason for the flop was a lack of meaningful innovation. Though there were differences and progress in the interface of the system, there was no innovation substantial enough for people to want to abandon the iPod for the Zoom. There was really no good reason to change over if you were already happy with your iPod. We've just barely scratched the surface today with these two examples on the factors that can cause a product or innovation to succeed or fail in today's market. There's plenty more to say on the topic, but I hope that this at least can get you to start thinking about what can cause your product and innovation to fail. In any case, have a good day. Pleasure presenting to you guys.